Welcome back to Pro Noob, ladies and gentlemen. Attack on Titan. 41, 42, 43 is the second half. I'm not looking at my Google Drive schedule or anything. I pressed the wrong button. Come on, why are you doing this to me right now? Thank you. Attack on Titan.
I'm having Dan to Dan flashbacks of like one arc clearly ended and the next one began. Like we had a very.
This is still the same arc.
Really?
Season 3 is 2 arcs. Royal Government, and I will not tell you the next one. It's all part of one big arc. Big arc is half a season. So yeah, 41, 42, 43 of Royal Government. Mitch 692, Jarod.
The correct Jedi.
Makes a nice change, doesn't it?
Mitch, I'm going to be real with you. I'm just good at watching things.
The last time we had this conversation, you went, no, I just have to tism. Which I guess you can say it's the same thing.
Yeah. My brain is wired, you know. Oh, dude. Okay.
Before he gets started on his little gloat rant, I would just like to point out.
Here's the thing, though.
Entirely correct. He was not entirely correct.
Okay, how was I not entirely correct? Because I wasn't planning on gloating. This is actually going to be very much an unpacking, walk me through, so I'm not missing any details here. Because there's a lot.
There's
so much. I legit almost texted you, can we do this tomorrow so that I can rewatch these 3 episodes?
You can rewatch me if you want.
It was so dense.
The bloodless coup. The bloodless coup was in fact bloodless. No one died.
I do not count this being a bloodless coup just because power is not yet done being transitioned. I am the fallout, the inevitable fallout from the coup counts as the coup not being bloodless.
No, that's after the fact.
And a direct result of the coup. So
I mean, one of them's eating shit right now, literally. So.
When a civil war, we have so much to talk about. When the civil war inevitably breaks out, that therefore negates the bloodless coup. Also, to everybody at home, real quick, I am going to sound echoey. We are finally in the process of redecorating and like fully setting up my like kind of podcast studio space. Basically the only things in this room right now are my monitor, my camera, my light, my table, and my stuff, and the things behind me. There is nothing for my voice to bounce off of in here right now.
No.
So it is.
You've got hardwood floor, haven't you, as well? Is it hardwood floor? Yeah.
A nice area rug.
Get a rug.
Yeah, but that's on my list. That's on my list for what I get paid because of my day job. I'll be able to basically walk out of there with one. But yeah, so apologies for the fact that the next couple weeks of both this Nerd Academy, Road to Doomsday, etc., I might sound a little echo. But no, the inevitable civil war does count as this not being a bloodless coup anymore. But
no, that's a civil war
caused by the coup. Anyway, what were you going to say I wasn't entirely right about?
The bloodless coup.
Oh, I thought there was like a detail with Aaron's father stuff.
No. No, in fact, it doesn't entirely eat his dad.
Dog.
An arm is left.
Dog.
An arm is left.
Dog. No. He ate him.
I know. I know. I actually genuinely forgot that it happened now.
Excuse me.
Gesundheit.
Danke. Yeah. Okay. So the Rice family is at the center of literally every single conspiracy that has like instigated the story to be told.
Pretty much, yeah.
The mind wiping, seemingly something very strongly to do with the existence of the Titans at all.
Maybe.
The crystalline cave thing is interesting. And again, I feel like whenever Rod was talking about like the ceremony, all that jazz, I couldn't help but go back to the season 2 credit sequence and think about, again, like it feels like there's some weird religious thing, like beyond the wall cult stuff, because quite frankly, the Church of the Wall, all of that jazz, that is more and more to me seeming like a fucking front. That like here's a fanatical religious organization, and they're gonna be weird about the wall, and then but we're weird about the wall because we know more shit about the wall. But these guys who worship the wall feel like they're allowed to just be weird, so that like the obvious weirdness of the wall is couched in the weirdos and not the weird shit. Is what that feels like to me. Is it like the actual church is just kind of a red herring. Okay, damn, dude, this is I can't. Like legitimately, these like super dense episodes always are just so. These dense batches of episodes, like they're great, but so much happens by the end that like I can't even think straight. I can't even get my head on for like what else happened. So just let me try to unpack here, and if you would be so kind as to help walk me through.
I will try.
So Rod Rice has a whole family, but also an illegitimate child in Historia.
Mm-hmm.
His eldest daughter, who also has an incredible Titan power, and I'm fully going on context clues right now. Because normally, again, before I was watching with Hulu with ads, trying to read the little like infographic bumpers was damn near impossible. Because they would get interrupted by an ad break. And sometimes Hulu gets a little silly, and if you try to rewind past an ad break, it'll give it back to you. And sometimes like it confuses itself, but whatever. So the one infographic mentions the Titan scream.
Yes, the shout. Yeah.
Or the shout.
Full disclosure here. I watch on Crunchyroll, and even in the dub, they are in Japanese. So I tend to kind of.
I always have my subtitles on. So when those flash on screen, I get subtitles that translates them.
See, Crunchyroll does that, but for some reason they only do it when you're watching the sub. If you're watching the sub, anything that's got like the hiragana, katakana, kanji, whatever, like it will have its own translation for it.
That's funny.
Not in the dub.
That's really funny. But yeah, so it mentions the scream, the shout, whatever. And then later, Hanji, or maybe it's Armin, refer to they're going to eat Eren so they can get the scream/shout. So to me, that says that the Rice family, on top of having whatever power allows them to wipe memories, whether or not that's a Titan related thing, they just have this ability in their human form. The daughter, what was her name again?
I want to say it's Frida. I really want to say it's Frida.
That sounds right.
Let's just go. Half sister. Yeah, Frida Rice. Yeah.
Okay. Frida Rice.
Almost like Norse mythology.
Oh God. Oh no.
have a Ymir, we have a Frida.
And just like that, I'm seeing crosses everywhere.
It all comes tumbling down, tumbling down, tumbling down.
But anyway, so Frida has, based on the infographic, what it says that like the royal family's Titan has the scream.
Does it say? Is it talking about Frida there, or is it talking about
the bumper happens Titan? Right around then, and it's talking about the royal family.
Yeah, but they don't always, as far as I'm aware, they don't always match up to what
they
you're seeing.
Tend to. Like a lot of the time, it'll be like somebody like a lot of the time it'll be there's a battle happening. Here's the thing about ODM gear and shit like that. So that little infographic bumper mentions Titan Scream, and then one of the scouts say it. So that leaves me to conclude that she was the original carrier of the coordinate, the Scream, the ability to kind of command the Titans at will and direct their assault.
Yeah.
And then...
So I'm just trying to find it, because the infographic has Annie's Titan on it.
I mean, I don't know what I don't know what's depicted.
Like Annie's Titan.
I don't know what's depicted in the image, but the text is talking about the Titan Scream.
Yeah, no. What I was more getting at is like, are you sure it's talking about?
It says the Titan? Royal, something to the effect of the royal family. And a lot of those times, those infographics, tend to have something to do with what you just saw. Before we go to commercial. So my interpretation here, and what I'm getting is, Frida had the Scream, the coordinate, and then Grisha, is that how you say his father's name?
Grisha
eats Frida. Grisha then has the coordinate. And then Aaron, ate Grisha. And now he has the coordinate. Yeah, sure.
Let me have it, Jarod. Let me have it.
No, let me have it. Let me have it.
I am letting you have it. I am letting you have it.
But
just putting that one little bit.
Okay, sure. Have your arm. I'll literally throw you a hand.
Thank you.
But so that, am I right in this?
So far, yeah.
Okay.
I this is what I want to say. The thing actually says in total. Among those with the power of the Titans, some have special Scream, while the female Titan can use a Scream to control pure Titans. The royal family's Titan has a similar ability and is believed to possess the power to alter human memories as well. That's what this says for that bit.
Can you read that again for me?
Among those with the power of the Titans, some have a special Scream, while the female Titan, which is Annie's, which is why she's in the image itself,
right,
can use a Scream to control Titans. The royal family's Titan has a similar ability and is believed to possess the power to alter human memories as well.
Okay, so the coordinate.
Yeah, let's just call it the coordinate. And I have no worries about reading that because they give me that information already. That's totally fine. Totally fine.
So, yeah. So what I'm curious about is this like crystalline temple.
Yes. The underground chapel.
The underground chapel.
Well, crystal catacombs, if you want to use an Avatar reference. You can do that one.
Sure.
Either way.
What I find fascinating is it looks similar to like the weird chrysalis that Annie goes into, when she kind of goes into stasis. Which at first just kind of seemed like the hardening ability. But I'm assuming that there has to be some corollary between the fact that it feels like Titan kind is somehow linked to this crystalline chapel.
I mean, maybe.
I mean, they're conducting some type of ritual when Rod's family's killed.
They are, yeah.
Also, is Frida alive? Who the fuck had the blackish purple hair? We just randomly see a woman with like dark hair, and then she goes, well, she's brushing her hair.
Oh, that's Frida.
Is that a flashback to Frida, or is that Frida who is alive still?
That's Frida getting ready for the ceremony.
Okay. That's what I thought, because I was like, that what? Huh? That's like it's so out of nowhere, and it's placed in such.
You are not supposed to know exactly what just yet. There is a purpose for why it did it that way.
Okay. And
it's really funny knowing. Watch it back. I just went, huh. That's what that was. I get it now.
But yeah, so that was cool. Really happy to be beginning to get answers.
You got a lot of answers as well. They throw so much at you.
You're right. I do get a lot of answers, but at the same time, I like, again, going back to Evangelion, and I get maybe it's like a structure thing that is like,
there are answers devoid of context. Well, not entirely devoid.
There are answers that have very little context. And not only are there answers with very little context, there is also a frustrating amount of here the answer has so little context that even though you technically had a question answered, you have walked away with like 18 new questions.
Yeah.
And even though it's a little frustrating in the moment, I do enjoy the trade-off.
You should.
But
you're watching peak fiction, Jarod. You should enjoy it.
I am having a great time. I saw Pixis's little gambit from a mile away, and I enjoyed it.
That doesn't surprise me in the slightest.
What, that I enjoyed it, or that I could tell it back?
Yes. Yeah. Both.
I was like, there's no way the thing Erwin just fucking said just happened. I was like, these guys have to have a little bit of restraint before letting that rip. So yeah, I enjoyed the little military tribunal scene. Yeah.
You sitting there the entire time like
that? Yeah, basically.
I love that guy. He has like 3 lines and he's done.
I know. I didn't realize he was in full Biden mode. Like, I know I said in the last episode of Pro and Noob that it felt like he was like half asleep on the throne and that his council was doing all the actual ruling. But to see him, they're like, wake up. It's like, oh, is it time for lunch? Like,
expecting the aviators to come out.
Yeah. Well, listen here, Jack. Corn Pop was the Titan. I beat the wall. It's the Icelandification. It's the Icelandification of NATO. I beat Medicare. Corn Pop really is one of the funniest things that ever happened. Like the
I don't remember.
He just like in the middle of a rally, like Biden, like back during the 2020 election, just trailed off into telling a story about how there was this guy at the pool named Corn Pop, and he's like, Corn Pop was a bad dude, and he was gonna fight Corn Pop, and Corn Pop like brought out a chain to fight him, and then they like talked it out that he and Corn Pop made up. And then I believe it was either the same or right after it, there was another rally he did in 2020, or maybe it was 2019, where there was somebody a little bit further left than Joe Biden, which isn't hard to do.
No.
But like he like challenged Biden on a policy. You know, it was a heavier guy. And Joe Biden basically went, all right, listen here, fat. Didn't call him fat. Didn't say you are fat. He said, listen here, comma, fat. Which in my mind, those subtitles have a capital F.
Yeah.
He said, listen here,
It sounds
fat,
like
and then challenge the guy to a push-up contest. I really wish we got more of that type of dementia-ridden Biden. Because
yeah.
cartoon funny dementia clearly gets votes.
Yeah.
You know, it's the reason why, again, fuck Trump, fuck ICE, shit like they want transgender for everybody, is one of the funniest things ever said. One of the single funniest things ever is ending the policies of transgender for everyone. Incredible shit. Incredible shit.
I can't believe we let you guys get this far. No, it's our own fault. Actually, no, I'm retracting that. Fuck the French. It's their fault. I can say that as a European. Fuck the French.
You're not even in the
French.
EU anymore. I don't even know if you're allowed to say that.
Still on the fucking continent. God damn. We're not in the EU. Yeah, European Union. Europe. As a European. No. Come on now, Jared. You're better than that.
But either way, could you, like I said, these 3 episodes are just so chaotic with so much going on. These are going to be one of those moments where I kind of throw to you to steer the conversation, because I mostly needed to make sure I understood all the palace intrigue, cloak and dagger.
You are there. You are there. Everything you're confused about, they haven't told you yet.
Okay.
Remember, you were also halfway through an arc.
No, I know. It's just the way this show, and in my experience thus far, some anime kind of expect you to take certain ideas for granted, even though they don't really feel as though they were presented to me before going, and this is an agreed upon truth. Just, you know, sometimes like, whoa, wait a minute. But like I said, I'm going to throw to you to kind of guide me through the rest of the conversation, because that was mostly like what I had on my mind, was making sure that I understood what was happening.
I think we should talk about the Ackermans, because I'm going to have to make a slight retraction. I said that they called Levi Ackerman in the first episode. They do not. When you see Kenny is the first time you hear Levi Ackerman spoken. And it's one of these weird moments where even if you haven't watched Attack on Titan, you know his name is Levi Ackerman. It's just one of those like cultural osmosis spoilers that everyone fucking knows.
Everybody knows Luke is Vader's father.
Exactly. No, because that's wrong.
What?
This is why you take note. Well done, Jared.
I thought you were saying not everybody knows that. And I was like, what do you mean? And I knew when I was about to answer, I was going to say it right the second time. And if you had then said that I said it the other way around the first time, I would not have believed you. I would have thought you were fucking with me. He says, with this poster sitting right next to him.
Mr. I'm good at trivia. I'm starting to see why the L's pile up.
Okay, everybody knows that Darth Vader is Luke Skywalker's father.
Yeah, that is correct.
Yeah. Either way. No, see, you say that. I'm like pretty sure they do say it though.
No, they only ever called him Captain Levi. Or just Levi. The first time you hear Levi Ackerman is from Kenny. Because it's supposed to be just casual little reveal.
So the way,
but everyone just calls him Levi Ackerman. No.
The way it's framed, I presume Kenny is either referring to Levi or Mikasa as the baby of his sister in the brothel. I am leaning
the way it's framed
towards
is very much he's saying sister as they cut to Levi.
That's what I was about to say. Just because like they don't say it in
no.
And
I'll be honest, I can't remember if they ever actually come out and tell you that. They probably do. So
I mean, I will take a very clear implication as fact, like with this kind of thing. it's very much like one of my favorite transitions in The Last Jedi is Luke going, "Where's Han?" And then it hard cuts to the door opening on Kylo Ren, and it's that is like very much giving those vibes.
Yeah.
So I assumed it was Levi, but I was like, who knows? Like, this show loves to put a hat on a plot twist, so maybe. But okay, so
We have 3 Ackermans.
Kenny, Mikasa, and Levi. How literal is the whole sudden surge of strength thing?
I mean, you've seen it with Mikasa.
I know, but how literal?
They make a very big point to animate it in a very specific way,
We're like,
with the floorboard cracking from a 5-year-old girl with a knife.
True, but again, that's one of those. Those are one of those things, though, where it's like, is this the visual language of the art form, or is this like meant to be
the visual language of Attack on Titan?
So the Ackermans do have some type of superhuman ability. I don't know how I feel about that. Can I be honest about something? Can I
It's
be honest
why
about
the
something?
Ackermans are clearly better than literally everyone else.
Can I be honest about something? I don't know how I feel about how in 3 episodes, almost every single character we give a shit about has a superpower.
I mean, not all of them.
No, but all of our major players.
I mean, Armin doesn't. Jean doesn't.
No.
If you're counting having lost an arm in a bloodless coup, then Irvin does. But Irvin very much doesn't.
I'm just saying, everybody who is at the center of the conspiracies now has like a power. Like all of the Ackerman, family have super strength and heightened senses and whatnot. Aaron has the Titan abilities, and his father had the Titan abilities, and he ate his dad, and now he has extra Titan abilities. Historia might be a fucking Titan. She was on the other side of that goddamn wall, and I haven't let that go. As for everybody at home, I have not forgotten.
It's one of the greatest foreshadows ever.
Lock that.
It's so sneaky.
That piece of information is currently sitting on the nightstand of my memory palace. The Mind Palace nightstand has a little post-it note that says Historia Titan ? On it.
Well, she might not be one yet.
She may not be one yet. There's also a chance
maybe she eats Aaron. Who knows? Wouldn't that be some shit?
That would be awesome. That'd be fucking sick. And God,
Aaron's just out the rest of the show.
Listen,
like, goddamn,
I'm not into monarchy. I'm not into Byzantine conspiracies that leave the people living a lie. However, I am sure glad that somebody put a gag in that little Nazi's fucking mouth.
I'll leave Aaron alone. Poor guy.
Fuck that goober.
See, you called him a goober. No, yeah.
As a pejorative.
The walls are coming down.
But like everybody's cropping up with powers. And I'll be honest, it's not like this show ever had any real desire to feel realistic, or grounded.
What gave that away?
It was one of those things where it's like the difference between grounded and grim. I think those two things get conflated a lot of the time. And it was one of those, the show felt like it was trying to concede we are as grounded as we can be when our story is centered on this specific idea and there's gigantic monsters and whatnot. And basically from minute 1 of season 3, it feels like there was a tone shift in terms of the fantasticalness. It really felt like we went from there is a like it was like I think I've used this example before on this show. Maybe it was here, maybe it was on TNAP, where I was talking about like there are certain seasonings that you're only supposed to use very conservatively because it will take over the flavor profile.
Yeah, I think you said that in TNAP. I can't remember. I don't think it was in here.
But like, and that like stories like Attack on Titan, I would even go so far as to say something like Andor or Game of Thrones are very like, we want to be in this genre, but not too much. We want there to be a sense of grimness and foreboding and groundedness. It's fantasy. There might be dragons, there might be the undead, but that's that little bit of, that's that pinch of seasoning that you only need a little bit of to get a robust taste of. And right now it feels like Attack on Titan was being cooked in a similar way to your Game of Thrones, your Andor, whatever. That has a little bit of it, enough to be recognizably this thing, but not so much that it's like, oh, that's the thing. And it feels like Attack on Titan, somebody on a whim went, fuck it, and just went while it was on the grill.
It's fine.
And I'm not saying that is a bad thing. I'm just saying like there is a shift. You know, I talked about it before. We're like,
a little bit.
Costumes have changed.
I can see it.
You know, again, this had a very like mid to late 1800s aesthetic, and then out of nowhere, people are just wearing suits, and they have Glocks. And
technology advances. No.
Sure.
They also flew around on strings.
Again, but that's what I'm saying, is that there are those little conceits of this is how our fantasy world works. There will be a little bit of, you know, some technology that is a little bit ahead of its time, but that is there basically to,
or maybe the technology is actually of its time, but the government was holding it back.
Sure. And again, that's not a complaint. That's not saying there's any type of like inconsistency or whatever. I just find the transition interesting. That at the same time, the time period becomes way more amorphous. You know, like the uniforms have had a kind of semi-contemporary military feel to them, where you could basically pull, like, again, like basically the only difference that could be made is the fact that instead of wearing a hat that would denote the time period pretty well, they have their capes.
Yeah.
You know, it is kind of the generic fatigues. It is the generic tan fatigues. Interestingly enough, it is whenever Ymir is captured by this mysterious military police we are yet to see again, where they look like soldiers in the goddamn American Civil War. Those look like Union soldiers, which I still have not been able to stop thinking about. That it looks like Ulysses Grant kicked down the door to this weird cult and went, any Confederates here? Nope. Okay, take her anyway and inject her with Titan shit. But
literally, that's how you become Titans.
Yeah,
upside down, funnel in your ass.
We're gonna get there because I'm gonna be honest. I'm saving. I do have a. I don't know if I could call it a criticism, but I have a little bit of an axe to grind, and I'm saving that. But
I get where you're coming from.
But everything's so amorphous, and then out of nowhere, all of that like historical like amorphousness runs into it feeling like the show has seemingly decided we kind of want everything to be a little bit all over the place in terms of aesthetic.
I get you.
Like the merchant son who helps make the military police rat on themselves.
I never remember his name.
He looks like he was pulled out of the 2020s.
Yeah, I get you. I think
he's wearing a suit and a t-shirt under his suit jacket. Like that that feels like a very contemporary look in this world.
I think a bit of that you can take as he's from inside Wolsina. So you got the whole class thing, right?
At the very, yeah, he's adjacent
further
to the
in the wall you
aristocracy.
go, like if you're in the inner wall, you have all the money. You can afford better looking clothes. The further out you go, the pauper you look.
And again, that's fair. It's just like the way it transitions really hard.
Yeah.
Again,
No, I get you.
not a criticism. It's just interesting
No.
to me the way that it shook out.
What's really hard to look at though is Grisha's like Titan chest fluff.
Yeah, there was a brief moment where I was like, "Is that Squatch? Is that Squatch? Are they angling towards Squatch?" But we know the guy riding on Squatch is blonde with a big beard. Very curious about that guy still. Kind of astounded we haven't seen him in forever.
6 episodes.
Feels like forever.
It's because it's been a week, Jarod. That's why. Actually, it's been longer than a week.
It's been like 2.5.
No, it's not been that long.
Yeah.
No.
I'm sorry. I'm distracted by the sunlight a little bit. I'm not used to being able to see the sun while I'm recording.
It's like, because didn't we record? We did 3, not last week, week before.
We recorded 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, but we did 3 that week, so.
And we didn't record last week at all.
No. But you would have the last time. When did we double dip? Was it a Monday?
Yeah. We did Monday, Friday.
Jesus. Then yeah, it's been 2 weeks. Yeah. Well,
but
I have 0 sense of time, especially in January.
No, nobody does. Nobody does. Off. None of this is real. None of this is real.
For aging reasons, my brain just deletes itself and goes, February. Cool.
Okay. So my axe to grind.
Yes.
What the fuck is up with this Zachary guy? What the fuck?
There's a reason why he's voiced by Gendo Akari.
I can't get away. I can't get away from Commander Fuckface. Shit.
It's now. Oh, what do they call? What's his title?
Premier.
Oh yeah, there you go. Premier Fuckface. There you go.
Yeah, Premier Fuckface. No, man, I just like.
That's a grind. That's a wild out of. Especially since we've only seen that guy once before.
I know.
In the courtroom in season 1, and that's it.
He
comes back and he's like, shit funnel, human centipede.
Like solo
he's
centipede.
Like
here's my thing.
Perpetual shit motion.
Okay, chill. Stop. Please, fucking A. Okay. Anyway.
One man, one cup.
No more doo-doo. No more doo-doo. No more doo-doo. Okay?
I don't think you ever see the doo-doo again, in fairness.
Okay, good. That means you can stop talking about the doo-doo. I am so motherfucker. I am so I don't know how I feel about the fact that the moment it feels like moments after Erwin and Pixis pull off their bloodless coup.
It was bloodless. Give the man credit.
It's not gonna be for much longer.
No one died.
Okay,
no one died.
At the very least,
not a single person died in these 3 episodes, Jarod.
Okay, at the very least, until they have a new person on the throne, the coup is ongoing.
Sure.
So someone's gonna die.
Sure.
At least one person is going to die.
Sure. If you say so, sure.
But within moments of successfully instigating their coup, not only do we immediately have the "oh God, did I do the right thing," which I don't mind that. I don't mind the oh no, were we better being lied to? Like, was the world a
Yeah.
safer place? You know, like we just did Black Panther on Road to Doomsday to get to that, like it's hard for a good man to be king kind of
Yeah.
thing.
Yeah.
And I don't hate that. I quite like that. It is the fact that it's the fact that we go from it's hard for a good man to be king, were we better off being lied to, really complicated morality, immediately into one of our new figureheads is a selfish sadist lunatic.
Mm.
And deep down, Erwin only did this because it was the only way he would survive. I don't fucking like that. I think it took a lot of the wind out of the sails for so much of the characterization of everybody.
What of Owen?
Of Erwin,
Oh, everyone. Man.
of the
I really
nature
like
of
it,
the
though.
coup, like the nature of the coup being like, we cannot stand to be lied to forever again. Fuck this. Like, I really like that pushback that we get from everybody. They're like, this is unacceptable. It cannot stand any longer. And I feel like it gets kind of cartoonishly undercut by, ha ha, I hate you. I'm going to make you eat shit forever. Here's a little, like thing fucking pump.
No more
it's
doo-doo,
like-
and the man just did that.
No. I'm allowed to do it. Fuck you. But it's it's.
Are you a shit?
It's just so insane. These are one of those moments where I feel like the show is a little too addicted to and a little too high in its own supply of we are inherently bad people and deserve the worst.
I agree with Zachary. I think the Zachary bit is a little bit too far. I think Zachary has to be involved in it, obviously, because he's the judge. But I think for Pixis and Erwin, I don't know. I don't know if I agree if it undercuts it or not. I'm not entirely sure.
Again, if it were just Erwin struggling to go, I think what we did was the right thing. I think what we did was the morally just thing. But I'm scared. Because now we need to learn everything. And we were against some really weird and scary odds because of what the Rice family can do. Maybe this will all be for nothing. B, maybe we put humanity in a scarier place than we needed to. And it was because our morality was questioned, and how much of a morality do we even get to claim? There's a lot of really introspective questions you can ask about whether or not you should prioritize freedom and truth over security and control. That that thematic back and forth and battle is fine to me, up to and even including Pixis being like, hey man, I just want to make one thing abundantly clear. I'm only siding with you for right now because they failed the test. And made it clear they had no business being here. With the very clear subtext of, if I think for a second you're even half as bad, you're next, Erwin. And I even like that. But when you factor in Zachary creating the infinite shit motion and
the infinite poop loop,
and you have
title of the episode. It's not good.
I mean, I was gonna say, I got a Kendrick title drop and a knowledge fight joke, so I guess my punishment is poop loop. Speaking of, shouts out Paco. That made me happy. to see him in the comments going, I understood that reference.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
But there's you bring in Zachary, and Zachary basically immediately being like, "Oh yes, I had nothing but selfish intentions. I'm so happy I have more power now because I'm a selfish lunatic." Ha 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 ha. And then for like,
I like it. I do agree. I like the Zachary bit to an extent. Mainly the car. If it didn't have the poop loop, Zachary in the car, I loved that shot, that entire scene, because you have this like, oh, we just got rid of the one devil, the devil you know, the devil you don't, that sort of thing. It's like, well, look what this guy's actually like. I think it might have landed a bit better if we had seen more of Zachary in the past.
maybe if we saw more of Zachary in the past, but even then, I think we have completely walked away from a debate on, again, security and control over, freedom and the truth. That dichotomy goes out the window because it feels like Attack on Titan is so hell bent on telling a story about why people are bad. And again, these are one of those instances where, again, like, not even counting the fact that I heard like a secondhand thought of Attack on Titan has some really right-wing themes to it. These are the moments where my ears perk up and go, oh, the show is saying that revolutionaries are almost always selfishly motivated and that their for the people mantra is a front to cover their own asses and get themselves power. And that a strong man who lies and is overbearing is better than an effete, afraid regime that won't make the hard choices, that aren't made up of hard men. And it's like, it's moments like this, and it's not that I'm brushing up against it because like I disagree with its politics, but I'm brushing up against it because I feel like the story it was telling has now lost a considerable amount of momentum because we like fell right back to people are bad. We're always going to fuck it up. Nobody actually has good intentions.
I'm not entirely sure if I
front.
agree that that's what this show. Sure, you have Zachary being this absolute fucking lunatic, but we haven't seen him do anything else. So there's no inclination for me anyway that the show's going right. Zachary's done. Now that this has happened, Zachary's like, I've got more power. I'm going to be an absolute lunatic. It's like, no, we're going to keep. Zachary's going to stay the way he was. He just wanted those guys gone.
Sure, but still,
he's going to have a little bit of fun.
But there is that instance where Zachary goes, I only cared because it meant I got more power. And I'm in this for selfish reasons. And Erwin admits he did it for selfish reasons too. And I feel like that is so much less interesting and is quite frankly well tread ground for this show already. I understand that again, are we monsters or are we men? And the fact that the monsters are humans, like I understand all the meta commentary. It's already basically the core theme of the show. It is the only thing more ingrained into this show than talking about like the concept of, the horrors of war and, honor versus the meat grinder, with shit we've talked about endlessly. I have a hard time connecting and a hard time believing in these characters when we immediately go, the coup was for selfish reasons. And even the one person who isn't in it for selfish reasons has a very like, the fight will never be over. I'm willing to double cross you if I have to moment with Pixis. Like, I like the, oh God, did we do the right thing? I think that would have been enough without calling into question everybody's motivation. For again, like I think they had something really good here, and I feel like it's been a little bit squandered by having to make sure we like, cha-cha real smooth into like people still suck though. Nobody's intentions are pure. Yeah. Everybody's just out for themselves. We're all monsters who are eating each other. Like, I don't know. That took the wind out of it a little bit for me.
That's fair. But let's see where they go. Let's see what they do.
I am willing to not only be proven wrong, but have an evolved take on that turn. But like I said, at the moment, can't say that I loved it.
That's fair. That's fair. Is that everything Mans has got?
I think that's everything Mans got.
I can't think of anything else. Is there anything else that's these episodes? No, I don't think there is. It's all right, Jarod.
Yeah.
You
guys can find me over on the Nerd Academy podcast. Right now, we have our MCU rewatch show, The Road to Doomsday, leading up to Avengers Doomsday at the end of the year. As we're recording this, God knows when you'll be seeing it, but when we're recording this in the next 2 days, we will be almost at the end of Phase 3. I think.
How far in front? Because
we have scheduled all the way up to Infinity War. Today, here's a peek behind the curtain. Today, we're recording Ant-Man and the Wasp and Captain Marvel. Tuesday, we're doing Endgame. And Friday, I'm trying to do Spider-Man Far From Home. So by the time of the week this is being recorded on January 26th, by the end of the week, in theory, we are done with Phase 3.
I say because season 2, part 2, the whole Rhino birth control reveal is out today. So we are 4 weeks in front.
So about 4 weeks ahead. So let's see, here's the issue. That's the other thing we got to add in here is the calendar we have for Road to Doomsday, because it's in the hallway. I can't just look at it and go, on this date, this is coming out. So,
right.
So, all that to say, check out Road to Doomsday on the Nerd Academy Podcast YouTube channel, Accept No Substitute. And if you consider subscribing to our Patreon at the $5 tier and up, you get early access to all of those episodes up to and including Avengers Infinity War right now. And by the time you're seeing this, well into Phase 4, probably.
Probably, yeah.
So, yeah.
You can find me right here.
Okay.
Go, dude. No, you go. You do. I thought you'd done.
No, Luminous Odyssey, the Star Wars RPG show on all remaining systems.
Go check that out.
And Epic Confrontations, the Star Wars Trivia League that I'm in. New Teams Match will almost certainly be out by the time you're watching this, and it's a good one.
Probably.
It's a real barn burner.
Perspective on that one. Perspective.
Now I'm done.
You done that? You can find me right here, Mitch692 channel. You can find me in Blue Sky, Mitch692. Don't say fuck you. That's mean. That's mean. And after I did all the editing to these that you wanted me to do, that's mean. So mean. I'm going to put one joke back in.
You don't need to do that.
And it's going to be the start of the episode.
I really don't need you to do that. I remember what I said. I just remember being like, can you please remove it? Oh, I remember now. Yeah, keep that out. Keep that out.
Yeah. You sure?
Yeah.
Apologize, motherfucker.
I apologize, motherfucker.
Thank you. Wow. It's definitely going back in.
No, I just said what you said. Come on.
All right, Oz. So yeah. Mitch692 in the Blue Sky. So like, comment, subscribe, and we'll catch you next week for... Oh, no. I thought it was going to happen next week. I'm going to leave Jarod with that. So... Poo-ploo.